A long time ago, before I ran afoul of the law and was sentenced to 20 years to life, I had a goal. I had a mission. I had a purpose in Toastmasters. My goal, my mission, was to send to the trap heap of unnecessary expressions and words in Toastmasters one word. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, that word is great. Yes, great is that word. You might ask, has there ever been a quote-unquote great speech? Of course there has. Abraham Lincoln at Gettysburg said 20 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. That belongs on the top shelf of speeches. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a supremely effective presentation. In 1961, John Kennedy was inaugurated President of the United States. And in that inauguration he said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Now I ask you, can you remember a single expression, one sentence, one phrase from any inaugural address since John Kennedy delivered that one? I doubt it very much, because that was an expression that gripped our lives. It propelled us to create the Peace Corps. It propelled us to put a man on the moon and back. It propelled us to be greater as a country than we were as individuals. And then in 1963, it was Dr. Martin Luther King in front of 500,000 people. He spoke at the Lincoln Memorial. He said, I had a dream that my 4 little children would not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the quality of their character. Wow! That was immense. It was fantastic, and it propelled us to the 2 most significant civil rights acts ever enacted by Congress in 1964 and in 1965. Yes, there are great speeches. No, not in Toastmasters. We're not here to give great speeches. No one has ever been paid to deliver a 7-minute speech. No one has ever been paid to deliver a spectacular grammarian's report or a world-class all-counters report. We are not here for that purpose. We are here for one purpose, and that is to become more effective speakers, to become better than we were when we got here. Some of us have been working at it for generations, it seems. We're here still. Imagine that. So what do you do if you get a buck slip and it says 2 words, great speech? What do you do with that? It's meaningless. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't tell you what to do. The only thing it tells me what to do is maybe I shouldn't pay my dues anymore. I've already done it. I've already given the great speech. There's no reason for me to be here after all these years. I reached that pinnacle. No, that's not why we're here. That is not why we're here. We're here because every one of us wants to become a better speaker. Now I've given you a list, and you can take a look at it here. A list of some words and expressions for the evaluators, for speakers, to use in order to take out from their vocabulary those expressions that mean nothing at all. One of these, for example, is, your smile lit up the room. Now that doesn't only mean that you have a great smile, it also means that we in the audience, the evaluators, saw that everyone here felt the vibration from your expression when you delivered that speech. It's so much more important than saying, great smile you had, right? And here's another one. Your conclusion stuck the landing, right? We all know, we use that, I use it fairly frequently. It comes from gymnastics when that young lady goes across the balance beam and delivers the greatest gymnastic performance ever for 90 seconds. Then she does a flip and falls off the mat at the end. Everything she's done is for naught because she didn't stick the landing. Conclusions are that important. And the way you word that person's conclusion and the way you express it in an evaluation is also important. Dialogue makes your story come alive. Isn't that the truth? It's not just you spoke nicely when you talked about Aunt Nellie, or you did this or you did that. It's what brings the speech to the present tense. What makes that speech effective and brings it to the here and now. That's how important that expression, that's how important using dialogue is when you deliver a speech. So I say to you, if you really want to become a world-class speaker, if you want to deliver that supreme evaluation, if you want to become a more confident leader, forget about being great. Concentrate on being better. Now back to the beginning of my story. You might ask, why am I in chains and why am I lugging this around?
Yes, why?
I have to tell you that a number of years ago in a Toastmasters meeting, a person used the word great and I smashed him with a sledgehammer. and I was thrown in jail for 20 years to life. That's my story.